Welcome back to the Circuit Revival, where today we're going to take a look at this PS5 controller, which appears to have some significant stick drift issues. So if we plug this in and then I bring up this window here, you should be able to see that no matter where we move this left joystick to, it just wants to continually go left. So everything else on this controller seems to work absolutely fine, just this left stick. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace it, because I don't think any amount of cleaning or kind of calibration is going to fix that really. So we'll just get this unplugged again, and then we'll try and get this undone. Now the truth is I don't really know how to get into these, but I think we start off with getting this kind of front panel off. So I'll probably follow through a guide as we go along this. So if I pause, it's because I'm trying to work out what to do. Okay, so you can just get underneath it there. I'm guessing it's clipped in all the way around. Okay, that's the front panel off. So it says next to remove the L1 buttons. Okay, so my camera just got out there, but all I've done is I've just pinged off the two top triggers here, and then we're just going to undo the screws at the bottom and the top. Okay, so with all those screws undone, we can hopefully get the front panel off. So it looks like there's just some clips just here that we just need to lift up and over. And we just need to work our way around. There's no gum inside this controller. Just work around the side. Try the other side first, just in case. Oh, look at that. There's some disgusting stuff coming out of this thing. Back should lift up. So I think there we go. And you can see it's got some hideous gunk all over it. So we'll give that a clean before it goes back together. So I think this is probably the good time to get the battery unplugged now that we can see it. So I'm just going to reach in with these pliers and wiggle this out, and that is the battery unplugged. Looks like the battery just comes out as well. Get these pliers back out the way. Okay, let's see what's next then. Is to remove the lower microphone, which is just at the bottom here. It looks like maybe we just lift this pull tab out. It looks like it's just our friction fit in there, so that just pulls out. Okay, it looks like we need to then undo this side. So also just friction fit in there, and then that comes out. I'm going to stick that in one of these little pots so I don't lose that. This is removing the battery bracket, which is just this screw here. I'll put that in its own little box here. And that bracket lifts up out of the way. And it says to disconnect the trigger assemblies, which are just these side bits here. They look like they're just friction fit in there as well. So we'll just gently pull those out. I'm guessing we do the other side. I think it wants me to take out the entirety of this ribbon cable, so we'll take that side out as well. We'll do the same on the other side by the looks of things. Okay, there's that one out. We just disconnect the main board, so we'll pull this tab here. I'll just use a pair of pliers for these to get a better grip. Just wiggle that free. And apparently this should just lift out. Oh. Okay. And then that should just fold around. So it looks like we're out. And then we can remove these cover caps. And then I think to make it a bit easier, we can remove the rumble pack wires here. So black on top, red at the bottom. And here we have the board, so we can just get the rest of that controller off to the side. And here it is. Really small board, in all fairness. I wonder whether they register without basically everything attached. It'll be interesting to see whether we can get it to show. I know the battery's not connected, but does it show on the board despite missing basically all of the controller? No, it doesn't look like it does. Missing most of the board. So what we can do then is, so it's the left trigger we're looking at. So I know what you can do with these. Sometimes you can just replace these parts, but I've got a spare joystick. We'll replace the whole thing and see how that goes. So to get these off, they're quite difficult because there's a lot of pads on them. But to do this, I'll use my desoldering gun. So I just get that warmed up. And you see there's quite a few points to desolder on these. So I think it's everything in this circle apart from these two little points here, which were the rumble pack motor power. See, I could try just cleaning it, but given how bad that was, I don't think cleaning it is going to fix this. So what we'll do is, because we're looking at the left one, which is here, we'll start just by adding some leaded solder to it, which should hopefully help it come off a bit. The leaded solder should lower the melting temperature, hopefully make it a bit easier to desolder. Okay, let's get the desoldering gun then. So let's see whether this will come out now, whether it's still slightly held in place anywhere. I'm just going to try go around with a bit of braid, see if I can pull any of it up, because I think it's where it's gone through the board slightly. So it's sort of like held on the other side. See if we can just slowly kind of inch it off bit by bit. We'll keep going like this for a little bit. I think it's sort of working. It's going to be a slow process though. Okay, I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and just trim down the legs as flush as we can get them, so that hopefully when the desoldering pump goes onto it, it should have slightly less to draw the heat out. Okay, so they're all a bit less now, so I'm going to try just add some solder back to it all and then desolder it again. The others I don't think need removing, so I think the holes of those are clear anyway. It's just these ones. Let's see whether this helps. It looks like it helped with a fair few of them. Not sure if we're quite there yet though. Well, it's coming out. So I'm just going to try and add some pressure to it and just run over all of these points one by one to try and get it out. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to try apply pressure to this and then just run solder along each of those points, and then hopefully it will loosen off. What I might try and do then is I might just try and metal fatigue snap this off, and then hopefully it should make it a bit easier to get those legs out. Okay, there we go, that's all out. Let me just clean this back up again, so I've had to add some solders, try and get those legs out. And there we have it, all of the holes are empty. It's not the clearest on the camera here, but let me just give these a clean up. So what we'll do is we'll then get our replacement joystick. There we go, there's the new one all pushed into place. So now we just need to solder this all back up. So we'll add some flux. And then I'm just going to come in with my solder and just solder all these points. Okay, they all look connected. Okay, time for the moment of truth. We'll bring back up the controller tester and we'll plug this in. Hopefully it still turns on. Okay, it's connected. All the buttons work, but it looks like still slightly off-centered. Center's slightly too high, but I think there's a way of programming these. Let me just double check that. Okay, so I've got a different bit of software here, which I think is a calibration tool, which should allow me to calibrate this. So if we calibrate stick center, and let's just follow what this says. Both sticks to the top left corner. Top left corner, cool. And let go. Top right corner. Go. Bottom left corner. Cool. Bottom right corner. And these are now calibrated. So there's still a bit more range by the looks of things on this left one compared to the right one, but we might be able to calibrate the stick range as well. Okay, it seems like it doesn't like that. Okay, let's try redoing this. Okay, it doesn't like this, and let's reboot this. Try again. Okay, I think we'll just stick with the calibrating the stick center then. So we'll go top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. And there we go. So like I say, it does look like it extends slightly further out in the top corners than the other one, but that's probably because it's just a slightly different joystick. I could replace the other one as well, but to be honest, I'm just going to use this for myself, and this works absolutely fine for me. So let's save changes permanently. And then if we reboot the controller, should hopefully be all sorted. There we go. And they both sit in the middle there, and it's not going left all the time. So there's another fix for us. So what we can do is get rid of this, come to here, and that makes that 15 to 7. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.